Good morning, friends. Well, it is a brisk 30-something and windy, and that is about my limit for going to the beach, but we'll be outside, and it kind of fits, with the concept for today, which is take it easy, I think sometimes we are just too hard on ourselves, whether that's pushing ourselves to be productive members of society or hard workers, or holding ourselves to some standard, or whether that's, even investing in our own healing and becoming, we can turn that into some impossible standard to which we hold ourselves. So this Sunday we're talking about taking it easy. And, there's some lovely scripture that my man Jesus is reported to have shared with his disciples, about worrying doesn't add a day to your life. And he goes on to talk about the lilies of the field and the birds of the air. They don't worry. they just grow. They just live. They just are what they are. And I think that's the invitation for us, to just be who we are and to trust it, and to take it easy, to not worry. But if you're like me, you're thinking, oh, well, Katie, if I could help it, I wouldn't worry ever. It just happens. Which is when I have to sort of turn to the wisdom of some of the 12-step programs and things that invite us to take one day at a time, sometimes 1 hour at a time. Whatever it is that's plaguing you, that you're worrying about, can you set it aside for just a little while? And sometimes it helps me to think of it like cooking or something. There are some things that just have to simmer for a little while. They're just not ready. And to keep prodding and poking and pushing at them is not going to solve the problem any faster. Or for me, I think I've talked about this before. I have what I call a God box, and write something down that's bothering me on a slip of paper and put it in there. And it's a physical representation of the invitation to just trust God with my problems for a little while. Maybe just for a little while. I'll pick them back up. Or if there's something to be done, I will know what it is, and I can trust myself to know that, or trust my higher power to reveal that to me in the right time. But in the meantime, there are some things that just need to sit for a while. And so that's the invitation today, is to take it easy, take some deep breaths, and just maybe for just a few minutes at a time, set aside whatever it is that's plaguing you, that's gnawing at you, and take some deep breaths and distract yourself, or do something else productive, or take a nap, or read a book, or something that nurtures you. Replace the worry with something that nurtures you just for a little while. There are some problems we can't ignore indefinitely, but you know whether there's something to be done about the issue, or whether it's just sort of cycling endlessly through your mind. Because just worrying about it and letting it cycle, let the same thought obsess over and over, isn't going to get us anywhere. So take some deep breaths today, find some downtime, some rest time, some set aside your issues and your problems time, and trust yourself and your God that when there is something to be done, you'll know what it is. And in the meantime, you can let God deal with it for a little while. It requires a lot of trust. It's not easy. I think that's one of the things that's frustrated me over my own sort of religious journey and experience, spiritual journey. Sometimes people will say, oh, just don't worry about it, as if that were an easy thing. And please don't hear me saying that. Not worrying is more difficult in some ways than actually worrying, but there's still an invitation to imperfectly, for little bits at a time, give your worries to God, set them aside, do something nice for yourself, and trust that you can take it easy. The world won't fall apart. And that's your invitation for today. Stay warm and find some peace today. Grace and peace, friends.